Welcome to DIU Escape Room Reviews here on Facebook, YouTube, produced by DIU TV. I'm Dom.
I'm Phil.
That's Phil. And we're going to talk about escape rooms. This is now going to be episode 4, I believe. And we're going to jump into North Carolina. We're going to do all 4 rooms, one show, not split it up. We'll just go right through the whole thing. I think we'll be okay.
My favorite place.
So far, mine too. The place is called, I gotta get my notes here, so I'm, reading my notes on my tablet. Place is called Masterpiece Escapes. And on their website, it says the new standard in escape rooms. And as of this recording, we now have 29 rooms under our belt. So, and in all honesty, all the rooms we've done after these 4, we have been comparing them to what these guys have done.
Right.
So, in all honesty, they kind of are the new standard in how rooms are done, in my eyes anyway.
I agree. I think they took all the things that were missing from all these other little rooms and just got all the little details right.
Right. And in this room, there's very little bought props. These rooms, I should say. All the props, all the gizmo, mechanical stuff, whatever, they made themselves.
Right.
They didn't go out and buy the stuff. They made it.
On premises.
On the premises, right, on the premises. They have a huge storefront. Actually, they got 1, 2, I think there's almost 3 storefronts that they rent out. Plus, it's doubled to the back, if not maybe even a little bigger. So this place is honestly, it's a really big place. I mean, they have 4 rooms. They have Metro Mayhem, Deadwood, Framed, The Art Heist, and Missing. So, and each room was very well done in comparison to what we have been doing since we came up here. Now, granted, this was rooms 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we did them in 2 days. We did 2 one day, 2 the next day, with 3 people. It wasn't just us. So we had cousin Steve with us, and it was his first time ever doing a room.
Right.
And not for nothing, he
was blown away.
He was blown away, and he was very good at it.
Yeah.
He, out of the 4 rooms, we beat 2 of them. 2 of them we needed a lot of help with. Well, not so much a lot of help. We ran out of time with one. We needed a lot of help with one room because that room was just made for like 8 people, especially the one area. Which you'll see some pictures as we go through, and I'll show them all to you. But we're gonna go in the order that we did the rooms. So now we did this room. Deadwood Saloon, it was called. Definitely a Western. Western-esque theme. Here's
Card table.
the card table, which is actually a game in itself. Now, all these pictures we're showing you are actually on their Facebook page, Masterpiece Escape. This, I believe, was part of the bank. You got the scale here. And again,
Yep.
you can see how it's homemade, so you actually had to kind of be careful with it when you did. This was actually a puzzle also. Another view of as soon as you walk in, I believe.
Right. That's walking in the main door.
As soon as you walk in.
Actually, there's only one door in and out.
Right. And here is
Jail cell.
Actually, I think this is more towards the bank too. You had to get in here. This
You gotta go
was
through the bank to get into the jail cell.
I don't think there was a jail cell. I think it was just a bank. And this was the gate that locked you out of the bank teller.
Okay, could be. Yep.
Okay. And then we had this picture here of the whole room, because there's the vault. You see the ball
Yep.
kind of in the background. It's a black and white photo, but you got a bar right here with the saloon, rocking chair. I mean, you look at the detail just in this room alone, it's phenomenal. I was blown away when we walked in.
One other thing about this whole company as a whole is before you get started,
Yep.
their introductions
Yes.
are
Yes.
out of this world. The guy, you're standing there, you're talking with the guy. You just paid your bill. You're ready to start playing, and it's not like, okay, well, here you go. Here's the room. They have a guy come out in a costume.
Actually, they bring you up to it, and they're like, and you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
You actually are BSing with them as you're walking to the room, and all of a sudden somebody interrupts.
Right.
That's the way it worked. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
like, oh, what do you mean? We got to get these guys in here. They got to find, they got stuff in there. No, man, we're blowing this place up. We're blowing it up. We got 15 minutes tops.
The guys in,
Like,
a whole
Yeah.
construction suit with
right.
the hard hat and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they really played it up
Really good.
as much as it possibly could
Right.
be.
And they're like, oh, no, you got 15 minutes. Well, no, at least give us an hour.
Right.
And they're like, all right, you got 1 hour. Let's go. And so we got thrown in there.
Right.
And that was cool. That
Yeah.
was really cool. And there was no TV screens in there whatsoever. So there was no countdown to watch.
Right.
I mean, they had a clock. They did have a clock. He said it at a certain time. The clock had nothing to do with the thing. It was just an old clock that was still working that kind of just gave you your time. Really.
Right.
But you didn't really pay attention to it because it wasn't there.
Right.
In front of you.
It blended
blinking,
in.
Right. It blended
It
right
blended
into the
in.
decor. And so you didn't pay attention to that, and it was cool. I liked it a lot. I want to show another picture here though, because we showed all these. This was their hallway, right here. So this is one game right over here. This isn't the Deadwood game, but this is one game I believe is missing. But this was their hallway that you walk down, and I forget what side Deadwood was on, but I mean just throughout the whole place was
Deadwood was all the way down to the left.
okay, but throughout the whole place was decked out,
Right.
themed the whole nine. And
Waiting room, everything.
then, right, and then right here, this was the bank. So that other door was to the right, the cell door, like
Right.
So, and all this stuff was all made by them, painted by them. They may have, no, I think they probably painted that. But, so I mean, just the attention to detail from the start till you got into the room, and even at the end, they walked. We didn't win this room, and we weren't that far off.
No.
But they walked us through the rest of the room, so we at least felt accomplished.
Yes.
And actually, we've been finding that a lot lately, that people are walking you through the room.
At
at
least
the
the
end.
owner-operated rooms.
Right. That's true. But Deadwood is right there, right in my top. I'm gonna go top 5 right now for rooms. Just again, the attention to detail that these guys put into it, and how nice they were before, after. We were BSing with them for a good half hour after.
They were very nice guys. Very proud of what they did.
Right, not conceited.
They
not,
weren't right.
Not cocky about it. They just want everybody to have a good time.
They were very excited about the product that they put together.
Right.
And they just wanted everyone to experience it. And that was one of the reasons they walked you through all the way at the end. Because they wanted you to see, okay, this is how we did it. This is what we did all the way at the end. They didn't want your experience to stop halfway.
Right. We got one more picture with Deadwood. I don't think I showed this. But this is the safe at the end that you got to open. Well, not at the end, I think, but this is the safe. And this is the one thing that they actually said, please be careful with it because it is homemade. It's not anything, So just be careful when you do stuff. Don't rip it off, rip the knobs off, this, that, the other thing. But, I mean, again, the attention to detail is just phenomenal. I mean, you'll see the website over here somewhere. And, of course, you needed at least 3 people to do this room.
Yes, you did.
You did.
To get through some of the puzzles, you definitely needed people in different parts of it.
Right. And
I don't want to give too much away.
Right.
But
Some of these puzzles. Now, out of the 20, again, we're novice to all this, but still, we got 29 rooms under our belt. But just recently, we saw something to the same nature as the puzzles that we saw in North Carolina.
yes.
And I'm going to say it's in Deadwood. We just recently seen, and then it's going to be quite a few episodes before we talk about this puzzle again. But it was very cool because the other puzzle at the other room we just did, you needed 3 people to do that also,
Yes.
and so it was very, very good. And we haven't seen it since. It's been again February, so we got March, April, May, June, July, August. We saw it in August, so 6 months later, we see the room in Connecticut. I mean, who knows? There could be the same puzzle in some other state or some other place, whatever. But we've never seen it yet until recently. But Deadwood, yeah, it's all about finding the bars of gold. And here I'll show you our victory picture. Even though we didn't win it, but got the gold. We're all behind the bar, of course. Got bottles in front of us, So, but by far, Deadwood, out of the four rooms there is my second favorite. But overall, it's definitely in top 5 of what we've done.
I go back and forth between that one and the other one.
Right.
Of what's my favorite.
Right.
It's almost by the day when I think about it.
I can see that. So honestly, you got anything else for it? For this room?
Not without giving anything away.
Okay.
I think, like I said, I think it was a very well thought out room, very immersive. And I said it in past episodes that to me that's a big deal. When I'm in that room, I want to feel like I'm back in the gold rush. I want to feel and you do. You really, they got every little detail covered, and it's amazing that it shows what could happen when you get your mind to it and you're excited about what you're doing.
Right. All right. So on a 5-star rating, 0 or actually it'd be a 6-star because 0 is 0 stars, but still. On a star rating, what do you give this room?
This is a 5 for me.
I'm gonna go myself. Due to the attention to detail, it is a 5. It is a 5-star room. You're not gonna see us give out too many 5 stars, but this is a 5-star room.
There's really nothing I could really fault about that room that I would have done differently, in how it was made up, and the way we played it.
Right.
Right. I think again, being novices when we did it, I think if we did it now, we'd have a much better time.
Right. We'd breeze right through it. But yeah, no, I agree with you.
It's a solid 5 for me, and there's not going to be many 5s.
It truly is. Again, their just attention to detail was phenomenal, and they took pride in this room.
Yes.
Actually, they took pride in all the rooms. So let's move on to the next room then. Next room that we did, and we did the second room pretty much on a whim, because we were outside talking with the guy, and he was thanking us for all the compliments we were giving him and everything, and you could just see how humble he really was.
And he liked the fact that we were from Connecticut.
Right, looking to do escape rooms.
Yeah.
And so, I believe it was you, says, well, do you have another room ready? And he's like, what? We're on vacation, man. we want, you got another room? He's like, or no, you asked about the art room, because originally we wanted to do the art room.
Right.
I wanted to do the art room originally. But it wasn't ready yet. And he's like, well, what room do you want to do? And we're like, well, framed, if you got it. We'd love to do framed. And he's like, oh, really? I'm like, well, yeah, because we originally wanted to do it, but you said it wasn't, on the website it wasn't ready, or something. And he's like, oh, well, the whole thing is that there's a live actor in this one. He says, you know what though? You guys are on vacation. You guys seem like nice guys. Give us a half hour. Go grab something to eat. We'll have the room ready for you. It's like, sweet. Ran, got something to eat. Came back. Guys like, all right, give me about 10 more minutes and we're good to go. Okay. This room was also one of my favorites. It's called Framed, the Art Heist. What you have to do is you go in and you have to I gotta find the pictures for it. There we go. You have to go in and you have to find the chalice or something.
It was an artifact.
Artifact. And steal it is what you're the art thieves. I really wanted to do this room because, in all honesty, we were down in Fort Myers, and Fort Myers is a huge art place.
Yes.
Really. Arts, everything else. And our friend Stephanie is an artist, and trying to get her break down there. And this just looked like a cool room to do. And come to find out that, now again, these are pictures from their Facebook page. We go in, and right here we got three paintings, or they're actually prints of the original paintings, are done by a local woman in North Carolina.
Right.
And they incorporated these paintings into the puzzles.
Into the puzzles.
So, and if you, I personally think they're really good. I like them. Here's another picture of, from the hallway, you look into the room. And then we have another one here, black and white one. Kind of, once you step inside, that this is the art gallery.
Her prints are also in the lobby of the building.
Right, and here's some of her prints that are actually for sale at the place. I'm not 100% sure if they still are for sale, but they're there.
Right.
I actually follow her on Instagram, and she puts up some pretty cool stuff. But that's what, actually, when I heard that it was a local artist, they put a local artist's stuff in this art gallery, it made this room even better for me.
Right.
Because that's helping other people out. It's one hand washing the other. I even think on her website it's mentioned that her prints are part of this escape room.
Right.
I believe it's on her website. I haven't seen her website in a while.
Plus, again, in my mind, it goes back to that every little detail is covered. They have a real artist making real paintings to go in their art gallery.
Right. They're not just buying posters and putting them
Right.
on the wall and
saying, yeah,
this is, what's in this poster.
Right.
Now this, we had a live actor in there, and he was a security guard. And again, the attention to detail on this, all the way up from us walking into the lobby, and the guy came out wearing a jacket.
Yep.
I think he had a hat on, and he started out. One guy I think was a tour guide at first, brought us to the door, and when we went inside, we had a security guard inside.
And the tour guy handed us
something, right?
Handed us
A triangle of some sort. I even forget. I think it was a triangle with some kind of picture on it. But they dressed the part, brought you in as if they were giving you a tour of the place, of the art gallery. And when we went in, there was a security guard in there. I'm like, huh? Okay. Dressed in a jacket, got a hat on, whatever. And apparently we're not supposed to touch anything in this room.
because it's an art gallery and you can't touch things in an art gallery.
Wow. Come on. When they tell you not to touch something, you gotta touch it. But it was cool because every 30 seconds, the security guard would go to the other side of the room. So you had a chance to look at everything, lift stuff up, whatnot. And if he caught you though, he'd, oh, please don't touch that. Please don't touch that. Please don't touch that. we won't give away too much because we want you guys to enjoy this room too. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And the security guard himself was actually a part of the game, meaning
You had to engage him throughout the whole game.
Right. He was a puzzle himself.
Yeah.
He was a puzzle himself. We'll give that away. So through it all, we I think we beat this one with. I think we beat this one with like 20 seconds to spare, or it was right at the buzzer.
It was pretty close.
It was close, and it was our first win. This room was a lot of fun. There was so much stuff to do in this room that, in all honesty, we did it with 3 people. Again, all 4 of these rooms we did with Cousin Steve, and there was just so much to do. You could actually do this room with 4 people, 5 people.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
And
Definitely.
if you had 5 people, I'm sure you all could crush it. Because there's just so much to do.
I'm not sure about that.
Echo, be quiet. Cancel. I'll have to edit that out. Blooper reel. But, so, there was just so much to do in that room that, again, this one is in my top 5 again.
Mine too.
There's just so much, again, there was just so much to do in this room. And the puzzles weren't overcomplicated.
No,
they were easy, but
they were
weren't-
fun.
They were, right, they were fun. They were a lot of fun. We did, actually, here's the picture of us after, with the artifact here. And looks like it's just a big chalice trophy type thing.
That's Cousin Steve in the middle.
Yeah,
in
that's
case you
Cousin
can't
Steve.
tell.
Yeah, in case, yeah. That's Cousin Steve.
He's the only cousin that's not short fat.
Yeah, well, he is kind of second cousin. So
Yeah.
he's not immediate family, but he's right there. So we got this room. Anything you want to add about it?
No, I mean, again,
You don't want to give it away.
right. I mean, again, in my mind, with this whole company, the attention to detail, having the real artist in there, having the security guard in there, and having puzzles in there that you didn't expect to do in an environment like that.
Right.
It's just a good room.
Yeah.
It's just a real solid room.
Again, go to their Facebook page, Masterpiece Escapes on Facebook. You can see so many pictures. I just took pictures without people in them because I'm not sure if those were promotional pictures or they were actually people doing the game. But you could. They've shown they have an assortment of pictures of all the rooms, and there is actually a video, but it's only like 15 seconds long, so I'm not even gonna put it up. I did download it, but I'm not gonna put it up on the show because it's just too short to really understand it. So go to their Facebook page. You'll see everything that you need to know. And again, it was average $30 a person. And that seems like to be the average of all rooms. It's give or take $30 a person. So,
Which is crazy if you think of the amount of work that's gone into something of this caliber.
exactly.
As opposed to some of the other rooms that are also getting the same price that,
Right.
you know.
No, I agree with that. So, scale 0 to 5.
I really like this room.
I did too.
It's not a 5 though. I think it's a 4.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I almost want to go 4.5 because it has the live
Yeah.
actor in it.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah.
I'm going 4.5 because it had the
If we
live
could
actor.
do halves, I'll say 4.5.
Well, why can't we do halves? It's our show. We
It's
can
our
do whatever
show.
the hell we want, right?
I want 4 3/4.
We're right there. 4.5 is good.
4.5 is good.
I'm going 4.5.
Yeah, it
again,
is.
the attention to detail.
The live actor.
The live actor. That's the only room that we've ever seen that has a live actor in it.
Right.
And I thought that was one of the coolest things. I'm sure there are other rooms around that may have it, but again, this is a first for us. This was our 5th room, and so, you know.
And the actor in it was very enthusiastic about being part. He played his role perfectly.
He did. He did.
He didn't seem like we were wasting his time.
Right.
He wasn't just sitting there in a corner hemming and hawing.
Right.
He wasn't giving anything away that didn't need to be given away at that time.
Right.
You know, he played the part perfectly.
You're right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 4.5. Definitely 4.5. Again, you're not going to see us give out too many 5s. If anybody really is going to be getting a 5, it is North Carolina.
Right.
So, moving on to our 3rd room on the 2nd day that we were down in North Carolina. Now, these guys were so nice because we were supposed to leave leave North Carolina for Connecticut the next day.
Right.
And the guy is like, "Well, what time are you leaving?" You know, and we're like, "Not sure, maybe early afternoon, whatever." He's like, "Well, message me if you guys want to do the next 2 rooms tomorrow. You know, let me know, and I'll come down early and open up for you so you guys can do 2 rooms." It was like, "Really?"
Again, just a great guy.
Really, and not for nothing, you know, he gave us a deal on it too. But come to find out, you know, cousin Steve wouldn't be able to make it during the day, so we had to message him, and he said, "You know what? Screw it. We got an extra day to play with." So we spent an extra day in North Carolina just to
be with this company,
just to do these last 2 rooms, and so when we got a hold of him, he's like, "All right, just book it online, and we'll take care of you." Okay. So we started with their 4th room, which is Metro Mayhem. Metro Mayhem. And this one is about Dr. Devastation. He's at it again. He is threatening Metro City. And it's up to us to stop him. And, or Agent Good Guys or something to that effect. Let me see if I can find a picture here. Okay. This was a funny room for us. Now here, this is the inside of the storefront. That was just to block the windows so that nobody looks in on you. And it's not a bad way to do that.
No.
It keeps you, you know, thinking that you're actually in an office in the skyrise looking out. This was the office. Warden's, chief's office, I believe. Captain's office, something like that, of the police.
Yeah, I don't.
Because that's the door. That's the window. That's the picture we just showed you too. The wall.
I think it's Dr. Devastation's office.
No, this was the warden's office, or not warden, but the police captain's office.
Okay.
You have to make it into Dr. Devastation's lair.
Right.
Secret lair. Which there are pictures of that on Facebook. Again, there was people in there, so if I don't have their permission to put it up on the show, I'm not going to put their likeness on the show.
Right.
Not that I have permission from Cousin Steve or Stephanie from early episodes, but I'm not sure. I don't care.
I'm sure we have their blessing.
I don't think they're going to care. So, honestly, I'm sorry. That's like the only 2 pictures that we have from their Facebook page. But this one was, we have to make sure Dr. Devastation got arrested for jaywalking. We have to find the evidence to keep him there, that he did everything else, and keep him in jail for the rest of his life. Honestly, not my favorite room. There was 3 rooms to this puzzle, and everything was going good until we hit the last room. Especially when you have somebody who's colorblind. But you'll see, if you go on their Facebook page, you'll see what we're talking about, their last room. One key thing we forgot to say. So far, every single room, there was one lock, one box that was locked, that had nothing to do with the room, but gave you a code to unlock it. You got free Jolly Ranchers.
Every room.
Every room. We didn't find the Jolly Ranchers in this room, though. I think we skipped over it somehow.
Right.
But we found them in every other room.
I think we found the box. We didn't get the code.
I think so. So.
Which was a very nice thing to find.
Right.
In the rooms.
Right. But this one, I mean, it was cool. There was some scale puzzles, like you had to use a scale to get the weight of something, and it popped open a door. Again, most of these props were handmade. They were all DIY, do-it-yourself rooms. They really were. You went in. Actually, there was a pinball machine. Pretty much, you got to put it together. Actually, here's a picture right here of it. This was the second room to get into. Anyway, you had to put pipes together, you do this, do that, whatnot. Again, not my favorite room, especially when I got into the last part of the room, the last room to get out. There's 20 codes that they're in. This was a room made for 8 people.
Right. And they told us that.
And they told us, right. So they came in, they actually gave us half the codes. They asked, so you're colorblind, what can't you see? He's like, red. Alright, so they punched in all the red codes.
And I want to, not just with this place, but for someone who is colorblind, it does get kind of aggravating with a lot of places, because a lot of places
use colors.
Use color cards and use things like that, which they don't think about someone that just can't physically do the puzzle.
Right.
Because you can't see it, you can't do it. I'm sure you don't come across that many people that are colorblind, and I'm the only one in our group that is, so it's not that big. We know
not that big of a deal, but
we know. Okay, here he has to do it.
There's a bunch of colors here, and we ran into that last night too.
Yeah.
But again, we'll talk about that on another episode, on a later episode. But this room, in all honesty, it was really cool. It was aesthetically, attention to detail, the whole nine. Everything was really good.
Yeah.
But we lost this one, even with a lot of their help. We used, I don't know, you had unlimited clues here anyway. And thing is, there was no TV screen in this one either.
No.
No countdown clock, no nothing. And same with Frame, there was no countdown clock, no nothing. They used walkie-talkies to talk to us. They could hear us through everything. They couldn't talk back to us because there was no clock, so we had the walkie-talkies that they talked to us through. All in all, there was a lot to do in this room. A lot to do.
I think it was an overthought room myself.
Especially the last room was very overthought.
Cool
puzzle, but very overthought, and the room itself was meant to be played with 6 to 8 people.
Right, I think they were going for
the bigger group.
Yeah. If you have a bigger group, this is our room.
This is the room for you. The attention to detail, though, in all these, for an office, for a captain's office or chief's office, whatever, police office, awesome. Just a back room kind of workshop type thing, pretty cool. And then into Dr. Devastation's lair was really cool. And there was certain puzzles you had to do. And again, all their pictures are on Facebook. You can see them actually, some pictures of them actually making this room, whatnot. So, yeah, that's about it. We didn't find the Jolly Ranchers in this room, but we didn't even think about the Jolly Ranch. No, we did when we first walked in, but then we kind of forgot about them. But, so, anything else on this room for you?
No. Like I said, I think it's a big room. I think it's built for a lot of people. Very well thought out, well put together. Not my favorite out of all of them, though.
Right. So, 5-star rating.
I'm giving this one a 3.
I'm agreeing with you. I mean, we're not too far off when it comes to what we're looking for in an escape room and whatnot. But yeah, definitely a solid 3. Just from our perspective. Again, the owners of the place, the guys in the whole place are very, very nice people. They helped us through everything. Very nice about everything. But for me, yeah, this room was a solid 3.
Again, being a 3, I don't think it's a bad room.
Right.
I just think that, when you compare it to
The other 2 that we did.
the other ones that we did,
And the other 3 that we've done.
yeah. It's just, it might have a totally different score if we went there with 6 people.
Right. Definitely. I mean, don't discount it. If you guys are in North Carolina,
And, again, we've said this over and over again so far. We were novices doing it. It was
Exactly.
our 4th room that we did, 5th room, whatever. It's another room that I would like to try to do again, now that I know.
I would like to try to do it again, but I just did not. I didn't like the Dr. Devastation's lair. Like, the look of it was really cool, but I didn't like how you had to try to solve it. Because it was...
Yeah.
It was very, very tough. And again, we were... Actually, knowing what we know now, I still don't like that puzzle.
It's a lot of work. It's kind of disorienting.
And you need more than 3 people to do it.
You need a room full of people to do it.
You do.
You definitely need a room full of people.
But knowing what we know now, again, like I said, I would not want to do it. I would not. I did not like that puzzle whatsoever. But these guys are in Indian Trail, North Carolina, right off of 485 or whatever the major highway is right there. But definitely a solid 3 for me. I don't think I'd want to go through that room again. But
I would with a bigger group.
Well,
just to see how much of a difference it makes.
well, we also know once you get into there, you're going to start remembering a lot of the answers. So, if they were to change up the codes a little bit, okay. But anyway, let's move on to room number 4, and by far my favorite room of the place. It's called Missing. 30 years ago, in a small town of Harper's Ferry, 10-year-old, I don't even know how to pronounce his first name, somebody went missing. Now, it's our job to find the killer and get out. This one, again, the attention to detail in this room
It's amazing.
was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Again, all their pictures are on Facebook. I have one picture that has nobody in it besides, we're in another picture. We're in pretty much the same picture. But right here, this was just the first room you walked into. You're going into a cottage, but this is the front yard. Of course, you got to find a key to that door, but to this door. I forgot how I'm going to do these pictures. I'm so used to Wirecast where things come in and out. I'm not used to editing after. It is what it is. So, it's called Missing. And you gotta... 30 years ago, somebody went missing. Now, up to today, before they closed the place down, there's 13 people died. And they're trying to sell the place. It's a realtor that comes in first. Trying to sell the place. And so we're prospective buyers, but we got to find our way through the whole place in order to see if we really want to buy it. Again, the attention to detail in this room was awesome. They used Morse code, which I didn't understand it at first, but cousin Steve got it right off the rip.
They have jump scares.
Jump scares, yes. Jump scares are very first, or not first, but they had legitimate jump scares. Unlike the very first episode where Game Masters, they had pretty much one jump scare.
Right.
This had multiple jump scares, and
They were good ones.
There's a warning on their website that there are jump scares, and cousin Steve was scared out of his mind to even start this room. He doesn't like horror movies. He gets scared very easily. He's a skittish kind of person, which made it a hell of a lot more fun for me.
Me too.
We made it in. We got in. We get into his house. We get into his back workshop shed area, and in order to get out, there's 13 locks we have to find the codes to. Black light in there. out of nowhere too. Like we're doing it, we figured out one code, and all of a sudden lights go out. It's freaking black light now. So now, and black light, it's hard to see in black light. Even though everything's glowing, you just know what you're looking for, but it's hard to see in a black light.
It is a little disorienting.
And but very, very well done. They even used a Monopoly board for a puzzle.
It was just there's so many things you could say about this room. You know, I'm afraid to really get into it because I really don't want to give a lot away.
You don't.
But
And,
every spot from the front yard to the apartment inside to the
very,
back area,
very well done.
You're in an apartment. You're in a workshop.
Yeah.
You're in a yard.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
All the way down to I think they had the fake freaking like pool grass.
Yeah.
You know, the plastic stuff as grass. Like,
I mean, everything.
they had a picket fence in there. They had a mailbox.
Live tree branches.
Yeah,
I mean,
yep. They again, the attention to detail. Look at their Facebook page. You'll see all their pictures on there.
and again, it's another one like Deadwood and like some of the other ones where it starts in the lobby.
Yes.
And it start. I mean, you really
the realtor brought us in.
You really got to pay attention to what they're telling you. As it's going in, and the game really starts at the front door of the business.
At the front door, right? You're 100% right.
And it's it's all the little teeny tiny details.
There is, yeah. Oh, there is one little. I don't know if it's really a spoiler, but once you're into the third room, there's a cage, like almost like where you would lock up garbage so animals don't get in. Is really what it kind of was. But we had already searched the room. I think we had everything in the room. I had to be the wise ass and go, "Hey, Steve, do me a favor. Go look over in that real quick." And he, like I said, he's skittish.
Very skittish.
Yeah. I closed him in, and boy did he freak out. He wanted to kill me, and I could just see when we were done with the room. We're talking with the guys again after, and they said that was the funniest thing they've ever seen in that room. They've never seen anybody try to lock somebody in and then somebody freak out like that. And it was so funny. And he really wanted to kill me. He wanted to kill me.
It was. I mean, he is a good sport. He's a really good sport.
He was a really good sport about it. He was. I scared the living hell out of him, and it was good. I mean, even you jumped a couple times. I jumped a couple times.
There was one jump scare in particular that you knew it was there. They told you it was there.
Yeah.
You saw it, and when it went off, I still jumped. I mean, it was just.
Which I think, in turn, when you jumped, I jumped because I didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't even paying attention to what you were doing. I was looking at something else when that happened. It was good.
Now, this was the first room that I remember. This is what, our seventh?
That would be our seventh
right?
room. Yeah.
That I started noticing how we do puzzles differently.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there was the one on the wall that I couldn't get. Remember? It was a code.
Yeah.
And I just, no matter how much I looked at it, I'd have to call you. You'd pull your up and go, "Oh yeah, that's that number. Oh yeah, that's that number." And it was the first one. And then when we got into the back room, the thing with again, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah. It was the black light. We'll just go with the black light.
You just every time you looked at it, you had no idea what I was doing, and I was just giving you the answers because I just saw it differently than you did.
You're right.
It is the first time that we started
clicking and working together, and knowing which other person's
strengths and weaknesses.
That's what I was looking for.
Instead of just getting aggravated
and we also noticed too, if we get frustrated, walk away from it for a second, or just call somebody over and say, "Hey, listen, I want to go look at something else to see if you could figure this."
Yeah.
So we really started to gel, you and me anyway, as a team.
Yeah, we started using a little bit of strategy.
Yeah.
And
a lot of fun though. These guys, honestly, they truly are the new standard. I wouldn't even say new because they've been open a while, but they
are the standard.
They are the standard. Whatever, out of all the rooms we've done, and again, not to just keep saying it, but we've got 29 now under our belt. Um, we compare so far. We've been comparing every single room to these guys in North Carolina, and you know, I can't say anything bad about them.
No.
Honestly, you know, a couple little things here or there, like the whole Doctor Devastation room layer and everything, but the attention to detail, the sounds piping through the,
Yeah.
you know, the background noise and missing the background. The background noise in Deadwood was like, you know, the piano playing.
Yeah. An old timey kind of.
Yeah. The art gallery, I think there was some kind of music playing there. I can't remember that. Dr. Devastation, I don't think there was anything. I think it was just us. But it was good. It was, all in all, like I said, these guys, in my eyes anyway, are the standard of escape rooms.
I thought the rooms were well thought out. I thought they were a lot of fun. You do some rooms and some of them, the puzzles are good, but they're not really fun.
Right.
The whole thing was fun. The whole thing was immersive, and as owner operators, they built something that was fun. They didn't build something to show you how smart they are.
Right.
And we've run into other places where
they're trying to
the
show
owner
you.
operator has a room that's his room or her room that they want to show you how smart they are.
You're right.
And that they're smarter than you.
Right.
And those rooms to me are not that fun.
Right. They could be fun, but then until you figure it out, like, okay, you know, well, I don't know why you need to try to prove that you are smart.
Yeah.
But, come on. I mean, granted, you don't get a refund once you're in there, so you know, some people are, once I got your money, but it is what it is. But on missing, again, we beat this one with 18 seconds to spare.
Yeah.
18 seconds to spare. Again, here's our winning picture. We're in front of that door, and I think that was my F Tanks on E t-shirt. But again, we're in the front yard, got our picture taken. For me,
That was the door we made Steven go in first.
yes, we also made him go in the apartment first, and in the shed first.
Yeah.
We tried to. I don't think he went to the shed first. I think you did or I did,
Yeah.
but because he just wouldn't do it. But we had. I think that's what also made this room a lot more fun because we knew he was scared of it, and so we had to mess with him.
Yeah.
We had to. There was just no other way around it. But so Phil, on a 5-star rating, I'm going 5 too, man. These guys.
It's as close to the perfect room as you can get. I mean, it's
every puzzle, everything was so well thought out.
every little
Detail was thought out.
is just. I mean, I could go on and on about even just the back room,
Right.
with the attention to all the little tiny details. You know,
Right.
the apartment looked like
A studio apartment.
it looked like someone just woke up and left.
Right. There was actually a recliner in there.
Yeah,
I sat down for a second. It was comfortable for being over 30 years old.
I mean, it
kitchen
was.
table. There was a sink. Refrigerator is in there.
I mean, there wasn't any little thing where you'd open up something and it was nothing there.
We did find the Jolly Ranchers in there, though.
We did.
We did. So, I mean, if you guys are ever down in Indian Trail, North Carolina, check these guys out. I don't know if they would actually remember us, but tell them the guys from Connecticut sent you there. Maybe they'll remember us. I don't know.
Tell me short fat guy from Connecticut.
Yeah.
They'll know me.
And the short, less fatter guy. Actually, after all that, we were talking with them again at the end, and Steven was going to have some more family coming down soon, and he wanted to see if they would do the escape rooms up there. And they actually told him that since he did all 4 of them, he could sit in the back with them and watch everybody.
See, that's cool.
You know?
That's really cool.
Honestly, that's the one thing I really would love to do one of these days. Since we did all of them at certain places, I would like to go in and watch my
Other
friends
Yep.
do it, or even other people in general. like to go in and just sit in the back and see what it's like to sit in the back.
I bet it's hilarious.
I think it would be.
I bet it's aggravating.
Some people do say, you know, it gets aggravating because it's like, you know what, it's right there,
Yep.
it's right there, you know. But it is what it is. I can see it getting aggravating because it gets aggravating when you can't get the puzzle. So,
Right.
So, again, Masterpiece Escapes LLC. They're down in the Indian Trail, North Carolina.
Great rooms, great people.
Great rooms, great people. They were working on another room while we were there. They were just kind of getting ideas. They weren't really doing. They had some things up here and there. I'm really hoping that they get the room done soon because you and me already talked. We would take the 13-hour trip down there just to do the one room.
Yes.
Just to do their one room. That's how much we actually like this place. Can't say enough about these guys.
No.
Honestly, it's like I think we said everything we can. And I'm trying to say more, but I just, you know,
I was looking forward to doing this review.
this one episode, yeah.
And I was also a little nervous about doing this one because I could talk about these rooms
Right.
for hours.
Exactly.
And I don't want to
Okay.
give too much away. I don't want to give the spoilers, but
It is, you know, it is what it is. But you're right. You don't want to give out the spoilers, but like you said, you can give out how many rooms you have to go through to get the stuff. But and actually, all of the rooms were at least 3-room games too. At least 3-room games.
no.
Yeah.
The art heist isn't. It's 2.
Art Heist was only 2?
Yep.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, 3 out of the 4 games were at least 3-room games.
Yeah. If you're going to be an owner or operator and you're going to start making games, stop down, play their games first. See what it's like, what it could be like.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I'm sure there's other people out there who have the same passion as these guys, and we've met a couple people.
Right.
You know, like again, now this was just our out of state rooms that we did. The next episode we're gonna start with our Connecticut games up here, and again, Connecticut, you know, they're no slouch.
There's some great games.
There's some
there.
really great games, but again, we just love this place in North Carolina so much that this is what we're comparing them to. All the other rooms that we're doing now.
I mean, there's rooms in Connecticut that are in my top 5. Definitely.
Right. Me too.
Definitely. Hands down.
Me too. Like our next episode, I don't know which room we're going to talk about in our next episode, but we'll figure that out. But with this one, again, Masterpiece Escapes, the website is right here. Check them out down in North Carolina, Indian Trail. Great people, great rooms, and yeah, that's about it, man. They got 2 5-star rooms, 1 4 and
4.5,
and 1 3 in our eyes.
Right.
They could be 5 stars to other people, but so average is pretty much a 4-star across the board. Check them out. Again, thanks for watching. I'm Dom.
I'm Phil.
That's Phil. This is DIU Escape Room Reviews.
Peace
Again,
out.
later.